It's a new year when it comes to Delta Force. You maybe just started playing this game, or you've been regularly playing but you just want to fix some stuttering problems or reduce your PC stress. And this video will help you get the best settings as you possibly can. What's up troopers, my name is Neon and welcome to a brand new video. This is the best settings for Delta Force, and just like myself and probably many of you other guys as well, you're playing this game and you're just like, man, it's taking a lot of heat on my computer, my CPU's too high, my GPU's too high, and you just want to go and get the best performance and have a smooth gameplay. Just like myself, I'm a content creator, so I'm always having other stuff running, like my OBS software, or I'm having Chrome open so I can read chat, or maybe I have Discord open for the troopers I'm talking to. So there's a lot of stress you're taking on your computer, so you want to get the correct settings to make sure you get the right performance. And I'm also going to cover some other tips and tricks when it comes to these settings. This is the best time, troopers, to leave a like on the video right now to help out others, and also if you are not, then this is the best time to subscribe, because this game is still an early stage and a lot more settings are going to come to the game, because currently right now there is some settings what are missing and are very important what need to be here, like colorblind settings, HUD changes, and so much more. When it happens, you want to be here so I can give you the right settings for it. You want to make sure you have scope modification on, extremely important. This is going to reduce your visual recoil. So as I mentioned before about there was no colorblind settings, for me it's very difficult to see the color red, so I actually changed it to yellow right now when it comes to my hit targets, so it makes it more easier for me to actually see the enemy when I'm actually hitting them. Moving over to mouse sensitivity. This will be a personal preference as you might have a different DPI settings than me, but my mouse sensitivity is an 8 point, and the vertical and horizontal I've just left alone, but my ADS sensitivity I put it down to 51. The configuration I leave as default as 133, and a couple of people have been messing about with these, but honestly I feel like the transition is perfect. It makes the sensitivity to the ADS sensitivity have a perfect flow, because when you change like these ones over here, like as soon as you aim in, it instantly changes the sensitivity and it could be quite overwhelming, so you want to have transition on. Here is the controls for the combat, and I'm going to tell you guys a couple of tricks what you should change. By default, I believe these are toggle. I have them on hold, and sometimes you might accidentally click it and you're still stuck on it. I don't know why, but when it comes to aiming, default is actually toggle. That's really annoying. No one wants that, so please change this hold. You're going to instantly notice that, especially if you are first time playing the game. And when it comes to holding breath, make sure you have toggle. But when it comes to your controls, it's all by a personal preference, because you guys probably play a little bit more different than I do. On the screen settings, right at the top here, this is actually showing your performance. So when you're in the game, it's going to show your temperature in your computer. It's also going to show you how many frames you're getting. It will show you your ping, and if you get any packet loss, it will also give you that stats too. This is very important if you feel like your computer's under a little bit of stress, or you want to be tweaking some settings just like what you're doing right now. Then this is probably a perfect time to have it on so you can go and see your stats on the top right corner. Moving over to the graphics settings. So as I said, when it comes to reducing the stress on your computer, obviously a lot of people do run unlimited when it comes to your in-matches frame cap, but for me, I've been a console guy until I had to play PC. So for me, it's perfect to just have 75 FPS. A lot of you guys probably want to have higher, and I totally get it, and you can. The higher you go, obviously the more stress there is. But this is the thing, if you're only on like a 60Hz monitor, then you don't really want to go anything more than 60. If you're on a 120Hz monitor, then you don't want to go anything more higher than 120. But if you have something like a 240Hz monitor, then just go unlimited, especially if your rig of your computer can handle it. Auto match frame cap, this is what is actually in the firing range. A lot of people forget about this, but this setting right here, if you change this to the highest, when you're in the firing range, you can actually get a really solid FPS. People just think this is just the main menu, but it isn't. It's also the firing range. Sharpness, I leave as default. Don't have any of these on. It adds too much input delay. And also as well, when it comes to display mode, run it as full screen. It'll take a little bit less stress away from the computer. When it comes to your default FOV, it's a personal preference. I'm crazy, so I do 120. Same as my vehicle FOV. And when it comes to your graphics settings, I have everything all on low. I've done everything as I possibly can, turn it all the way down. I spoke to so many streamers and so many content creators, and they all say the same thing. Just run this game as low. This game looks absolutely gorgeous even on low settings. Obviously, if you do have a really good computer, you can put it onto medium or even high if you want to. But this game really isn't a big deal. It honestly looks very nice with low quality. Of course, if you do want to increase stuff, even if you're playing on low, you can increase your textures and so much more. But having everything on low is absolutely fine. These are some important settings right at the bottom though. If you have an Nvidia graphics card, I suggest to be using Nvidia DLSS. You can go for performance mode, balance mode, or quality. If you go for quality, it will increase the quality of the game, obviously, as it says quality. But if you feel like it's taking still too much stress from your computer, you can reduce it down to balance, so you get a bit of good performance and quality. Or if you're really interested in just getting the best performance as you possibly can and get the most frames, then go for performance. Down to NVIDIA Reflex Low Latency. This is pretty important, okay, because you got low latency, or you can do this one right here, and it actually explains it on the top right corner. It actually says that it will take away some stress from your CPU and increase it for your GPU. If your CPU isn't as powerful as your GPU, just like it is for me, then this will help out a lot. And in the audio setting, this is obviously all personal preference. I feel like the gameplay audio is extremely loud, so I turn it down to 69. But the one thing I always tell people is please turn down the voice volume, okay? This is when everyone is in the game going, I need ammo, I need this, I need that, or get in the car, or take the objective. There's so much screaming going on, so I turn this down to 30% so I can still hear my teammates, but not screaming in my ear. And this is very important setting as well. If you guys get any stuttering after changing some of these settings, then go right down to G and actually click on it, and it's going to tell you to restart the game. Once it's restart the game, it's going to take a little bit more longer to load the game, but this should actually help out the performance and make a big change when it comes to stuttering. With this video, this is not just about getting the best performance as you possibly can. This is more about getting the most stable performance as you can get, because no one likes to play a game where they're running 120 FPS but still getting stutter. So these settings will help you out perfectly and get the right performance. But there you go, troopers. I really hope this video helped you. It's a little bit more than just telling you the settings, almost like a little tips and tricks as well. Thank you very much for listening to me talk. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the battlefield. Tilt the hill. Easy, easy, easy. Also forget some hills coming up. Nice. Nice. Get yourself down, get yourself down. Perfect. Nice. Oh my goodness. This is awesome. Let's go, dude.